Today is the very first day of July, and I have so much food in my freezers. I really need to go through them today and see what I've got and meal plan around all this food. So if you want to join me, go ahead. You don't need anything fancy to get started. You really just need a blank piece of paper and a pen. And of course you're going to need to go through your freezer and maybe even your fridge. But I'm just going to go through my freezer because my fridge is almost empty today. So on your piece of paper, all you really need to do is write down what you have in the freezer and the quantity. And if you want, you can put the date on your paper in case you need to reference it later in the week and see what day you did this. So before we write anything down, obviously we're gonna have to pull everything out of the freezer. But I have two freezers, so I'm just gonna do one freezer at a time. I cleared off my table, cleaned it, and pushed it against the wall. And my freezer is conveniently located right next to it. So I can just grab everything from the freezer and put it on the table. I wasn't kidding when I said they were full. This one is very full, pretty much to the top, and I will not be able to fit anything else in here. I figured that since it's a new month, I'm gonna use up what I can all month long and hopefully get it close to empty so I can just start all over in August.
So you might be wondering, do I really have to take everything out of my freezer in order to do this? And I would say absolutely, but if you only want to use up a few things in your freezer, all you have to do is just take note of the items you want to use. I already tend to use the food in my freezer on a weekly basis, but recently I found that both of my freezers were getting out of hand. So I wanted to do this month-long challenge to try and get rid of a lot of the food hiding in there. My hope is that both freezers will be almost empty by the end of this month, which may just give me a small heart attack until I can go shopping again in August to restock everything.
So this is what's left in my freezer after emptying it. I have a pig's head, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this pig head probably at least twice in some of my reels. But yeah, my husband doesn't know how he's gonna cook it because it's enormous and we can't get it in our oven very easily. And I'm just gonna leave these in here. These are nuts and flaxseed, and I know that they're here, so. This is what was in that freezer. A good amount of meat, lots of chicken stock, and some other random things. So this is the first time I've ever had this much chicken stock in my freezer. And I love it. I love that I have it, but it is taking up a lot of freezer space. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna use it because I don't want to make soup. It's summer right now. It's July 1st, so we'll see. And then over here I've got a ton of meat. I have ham. I also have a whole ham in here from a neighbor who didn't want it. Got some meatballs, taco meat, a ton of chicken, some rooster that we raised ourselves. And then, oh, I've got these calzones that I made a few months ago. Taco soup. I made ketchup and I made a lot of it so that I could freeze it. I'm gonna see how that turns out after we thaw it. Refried beans. A little bit of chicken rice soup that my daughter made a few weeks ago. A few berries, frozen berries, and butternut squash, peas, and butter. So I'm just gonna start writing down everything that I see here on my table. Okay, I got one freezer inventoried, and normally I would stop right there just at one freezer, but because both of my freezers are quite full, I'm going to go ahead and do both of my freezers. Besides that, I want to use what's in both of these freezers for the whole month of July, see how I can stretch this food throughout the month. So now let's move on to the freezer that's attached to my fridge. That is my small freezer. Over here I've got bones and ham bones, chicken parts, ham pieces, plain ground turkey, pork roast, chicken. This is leftover sausage, chicken, and steak from a barbecue, so I can use it for spaghetti sauce. Boneless leg of lamb, Italian sausage, taco meat, beef for stroganoff, lentil chili, pork chops. This is chicken liver. This is onion, peppers, celery, chocolate chips, rice. This is the juice from canned tomatoes, onion peels and scraps, tomato paste, lemon juice, orange juice, lots of veggies. This is empanada dough, cranberries, gotta make juice, coconut milk, pineapple, and ginger. So that's mainly what was in my freezer. Now let's inventory it. filled this side right up with meat, so we definitely need to use it up. This is all I got left to inventory. Okay, I finished the inventory. This is my large freezer inventory and my small freezer inventory. Now the most important part is to actually go through this inventory and come up with meals, not just for this week, but for the whole month, because I think that this food will last a while as long as I'm going to the store to get a few extra items like produce, maybe some cheese, yogurt. But I've got so much meat, I don't think I'm gonna have to buy too much meat this month. I'm gonna try and make one video for each week in July. That might be pushing it. I might only make one video for the month of July, but that would be great if I could make 4 so that you can see how I use all this food for the whole month. Share with me in the comments what you would do with all the food that I got out of my freezer. Or if you want to share with me what you've done with food that you found in your freezer lately, go ahead and tell me in the comments so that other people can see ideas of how to use up our food. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you back here again sometime soon. Bye!